this school in Liverpool, their attitude towards transgender pupils is etched on the walls of their gender-neutral toilets. Be kind is their policy of inclusivity. But what does that mean practically for teachers and children? And how much clarity does today's guidance give them?
I think for some schools it will set possibly a pragmatic pathway, but I still think there are lots of areas that individual schools will be left to decide on their own. I think schools have a responsibility to educate children about different aspects of gender, different types of relationships, just to ensure that we talk about and respect people's values. When it comes to pronouns, I just think it's a matter of respect.
Their view that it's respectful to address a child by their chosen gender, but the guidance says parents need to be at the heart of those decisions and any desire to change their gender or use a different pronoun.
It was all fine until the school got involved.
One of those parents is Carrie, not her real name. She was made to feel like she had no say when her child was questioning their gender at school.
They changed her name and pronouns without asking us. So we knew about her feelings, but we didn't. We were surprised that the school took this action without our consent, without involving us at all. And it was from there that the problems began.
Her child, born as a daughter, identifies as a boy and started raising questions about their gender as a young teenager. Carrie says teachers chose to accept her child's self-identification without her consent.
It made my daughter very unhappy. She didn't want to speak to me. It was very scary. This was at age 16. And the deputy safeguarding lead told me this was all okay because 16 is nearly adult, so that I didn't have any right.
That safeguarding lead took one view. Another teacher elsewhere may have taken another. So much of this guidance still subject to individual interpretation. For a while now, schools and educators have been left to make their own decisions about how to and whether to support children who want to change or are questioning their gender. What's not clear is whether new guidance will do anything to change that. The advice to schools is to keep toilets and changing rooms separate, according to a child's birth sex, and the same for sports. Schools should, the government say, keep them fair and competitive.
There are many things that are important, like single-sex spaces, for instance, like making sure the sport is fair and that boys aren't playing in girls' sports, for example, and hurting them, where they have totally different physical characteristics that remove all sorts of fairness that you would expect to take place in sport. That's what the guidance is there for.
The reality is, it's only that. It's just guidance, not the law. Some politicians want it to go further. And for teachers, there are still many questions left unanswered. Molly Malone, Sky News.